I can only speak for experience of myself and the people that I coach. People shit like fucking horses, man. All right. It is, bro, because it's rotting, it's putrefying in your colon, bro.
I've been waiting for a debate like this, where they use logic more than arguing over studies, which don't seem to get anywhere. And I don't know how effective that is on the public listening to this, but there was a problem I had with Durianrider here, just like with vegan gains. They often go into different directions than I would go. Not that I always went in the best direction in my debate with Bart. The points Durianrider made were kind of vague and could have been missed by a lot of the audience, especially when you got Joey interrupting with the exact kind of thing his audience is thinking at that point.
People who do my diet, man, shit like fucking champions, man.
Is that good?
It was good to take a massive dump. It is. Look how long our colon and intestines are. You know what I mean? We're not even to shit.
Yeah,
like
you are working your colon to death.
We are going in the opposite direction.
Here comes the opposite land thing. The only reason Durianrider's working his colon so much is because he eats more than the average person because he's an athlete. But fruit is the easiest thing on the body.
You're working your colon to death. Like that's the thing about meat. It's like 97 to 99% of it is just absorbed in the small intestine, so it doesn't even make it there. It's just.
I don't think so. But I don't know any more than Joey about this, but he's just assuming. And so he's trying to say it's good to not use the colon much. Well, the colon's there for a reason, and it's long for a reason. Carnivores do take craps, and for humans whose digestive system isn't designed for that, it's you who are working your colon so much because there's no fiber there to help. The contents of your colon's going to be really dense. That's overworking. With a high fiber, high fruit diet, it just goes through real easy. It just comes up like that, and I got to go. Not only is it easy, it for sure is not causing our deaths. And I was just thinking, we could list a whole bunch of outspoken vegans who are in old age. First person I thought of was T. Colin Campbell. Speaking of colons, still alive. Let's see here. He's 89 years old now. He will be in March. And as I say, where are all the old meat-based dieters?
It's just pure nutrition that's purely absorbed. There's no constipation. It's not constipation.
How often you take a dump? Once a day, once a week?
Once every. Okay, I probably go 4 times a week. I'm not constipated.
Yeah,
so 4 times a week. So what is that? See, he contradicted himself. There is plenty that's not getting absorbed.
Colon cancer by age 40.
How could it be colon?
It is, bro, because it's rotting, it's putrefying in your colon, bro. Look at the red meat colon cancer study. It's done by in Australia, actually, CSIRO.
Yes, Durian brings up a good point here. Some of that meat does not get absorbed. It's not pure nutrition. There's something else. And it takes a long time for that stuff to get through the colon. Meanwhile, it is putrefying. And that's part of the reason why sad dieters get things like colon cancer. And us high-fiber vegans do not get colon cancer.
Look at...
We are looking, Joey. We're looking at real people.
Okay, but such a small amount of food actually makes it to the colon because it's all absorbed in the small intestine, and they've shown that.
You're backed up as fuck, man.
No, I'm not. I'm literally.
You need to call a plumber, man. Get an excavation going on there.
You think so?
Definitely, man.
All right,
dude,
maybe.
It's like, I mean, you're 19. You're trying shit out. That's cool. You're young, and you
But it's not cool that he's likely to stick with it. This is the most depressing thing here with him. He's likely to stick with it for at least a year, most likely 2 or 3. And it's hard to get out of this once you've messed up your microbiome. So he's in for some troubles, not just in the bathroom.
I'm having these shooting pains.
Okay, maybe I should take you to the hospital.
No, I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's like a common thing in both the keto and carnivore communities.
It makes me all queasy and...
4 times a week.
call a plumber, man. Get an excavation going on there.
You think so? So, like, have you seen the study on fiber? Like, I want to ask you about fiber because clearly, if you think that carnivores are constipated, you must think that fiber is beneficial for relieving constipation. Which
Here we go. This is another recent thing that anti-vegans are doing. Attacking fiber now. They're just never gonna stop. They keep shifting their attacks because their other attacks didn't stand up in debates.
They did the study where they took, like, I don't know, 60 to 80 people or something that were constipated. And then when they took out the fiber, they weren't constipated anymore. But when they kept in some fiber, their constipation persisted. So how is that working? Like, how is the lack of fiber causing constipation? How does that make sense?
Great question. I think a lot of these studies that are done, they leave out a lot of context. You know, some people on medication that causes constipation, are people drinking enough water?
Yes, water. Water is how fiber works. You can't just eat a bunch of hay or wheat bran. You're going to get dehydrated, then you will get bloated. The water has to be there for the fiber to absorb the water. That's the reason fiber is good for constipation. It expands, becomes less bulky, and it's more affected by the peristalsis, the motion of the large intestine moving things through.
They get enough activity. You know, are they sneaking foods when they're outside the trial? Like, if I was on roller skates and as I was taking a dump and just rolled it out, it'd probably be a 6 foot long dump. All right. And that was banana, rice, durian, you know, maybe a dragon fruit in there. But the average dump I do is probably about 3 foot to 4 foot.
Do you need like deodorant and stuff like that?
No. I mean, if I'm eating, if I'm eating more protein, definitely my pits, I can a bit fragrant. But if I'm doing low protein, no deodorant, no stink when you take a dump, etc. But as soon as that protein intake comes up, you're getting more odoriferous going on there.
Okay, because and do you fart?
I fart like an elephant sometimes, bro. I let it rip. And no smell. No smell.
It's like
all the time.
I got a comment on this. I have always been a person with a lot of gas, but there was one period where I had zero gas. This was very telling to me. And what was I eating during this period? I think this was the period in July 2009. That month, I ate nothing but fruit. It was awesome. So I think Joe wants to make the point that fiber causes gas and disruptions, but it's not the fiber, not by itself. It's more the grains, beans, and people eating just too many different things. So I'm surprised to hear Durianrider has gas. Wait, I'm not. I'm now forgetting he's not a total fruitarian. He eats plenty of rice.
I did meat and fruit for 6 months before going straight pure carnivore. So I've been at this for like some time now. And when I'm just doing only meat, I don't poop very much. When I do, it smells totally fine. It smells like nothing. And I don't fart anymore. I have no more gas, no more bloating. So it doesn't make any sense that you're like praising fiber. Oh, fiber is the thing that's going to relieve constipation. Fiber is constipation. Like I really don't understand.
Right. He doesn't understand. And I don't know if he wants to understand.
And you can criticize the studies all you want, like, oh, the studies weren't good. You don't know what they were doing. It's just an excuse. Because I think
leave out variables. They leave out variables. Like even the studies that are pro-vegan, I'm like, well, they left out some context, didn't they? So most studies have flaws.
And no one agrees more than that than the carnivores.
The constipation. How come I'm shitting like an elephant?
Well, you want to give credence to like this empirical observation that people in Australia are on low carb diets and they're all fat and sick, but then you won't actually, then you won't actually give any validity to a randomized control trial that literally controlled all variables except your intake of fiber. And then you're saying, but that's not valid. But the idea that Australia is on low carb diets and they're fat, this empirical, like, come on,
But didn't Joey just do that a couple minutes ago, all through this debate?
So if a vegan breaks a leg, it's because they're vegan. If a meat eater breaks a leg, it's because they got hit by a freaking steam train. It's like
I don't necessarily think that, but there is evidence that vegans are more prone to fractures. Like
in studies that want to show that, funded by the meat industry, but there's also evidence that they have less fractures. There's a lot of terms that carnivore dieters use describing their reaction to the diet.
If you have a sandwich or something right now, you might just want to go ahead and put that down.
Keto cough, keto flu, primal throat, the meat sweats, fart breath. Now, I got to stop right there, because some of you might suspect that that's not a real thing, that I made that up.
It's insane. Hey guys, the fart breath appears to be coming back. How can I stop the shit mouth? Could it be me feasting too hard and cramming a lot in a little time? There's actually a thing called disaster pants.
The thread title is Disaster Pants. Today I wasn't very hungry, so I've literally had coffee with MCT oil, a salad with chicken and egg and walnuts and blue cheese. My poo is water. Please advise.
Caitlin Bennett
pooped in her pants on the carnivore diet.
Caitlin Bennett, also known as Poopy Pants.
Rocketing diarrhea.
From meat. That's
from all meat, yeah. I do not trust my butthole at all. When I feel coming on, I'm like, oh, this could be a disaster.
And diarrhea face, such as carb cravings, extreme bodily odors, including fart breath.